Hey guys, welcome back. I had quite the day and night last night, and around 2:30 this morning, I got on my WhatsApp app and started writing in a little community that I started called All Is Well, and it's the app for my wellness group. And I wanted to share what I wrote because I think it might help anyone who just it feels like everything's going wrong. Nothing's going your way. Nothing's going the way you had hoped it would go. And that was kind of how my last couple days have gone. And then it kind of culminated last night. And this is what I wrote. Hi guys, it's 2:30 in the morning here in North Carolina, and I thought I'd share something that is coming up. My sweet Parker is sick, and even though she's nearly 21, she wants me up with her. So I've yet to go to sleep. And my alarm is going to be going off in exactly 2.5 hours to begin my day, to meet my friend for a morning walk, and then begin a work day. For the past couple hours, there has been a lot of compelling thought about all kinds of things that look real and solid. Parker's upcoming trip to Italy may be ruined. Thousands of dollars may be lost. My daughter Megan, who is going to Italy too, is freaking out. My husband Pete is unable to help with anything because he's injured and on pain medication. I'm going to miss an entire night of sleep at this point, and I have 7 clients waiting for my full attention. The list goes on and on, suffering at its finest, thought looking real. And then, suddenly, Jackie's words from our call today struck me. The only suffering is thought believed. Full stop. We only suffer when we are lost in thought. And in an instant, I am free. Nothing has changed in my circumstances. Nothing has changed with Parker or Pete or the Italy trip or money. But somehow the soap bubble of suffering has popped. The soap bubbles of thought being believed, being taken as truth and reality, they're all popping. All suffering, every bit of suffering is thought believed. And that doesn't mean that we don't have sadness, we don't have grief, anger, rage, that we don't have confusion, jealousy, that we don't have insecurity. But those are not suffering. Those are experiences. Those are just human experiences. We're designed to have them fully. And the suffering is when we get lost in the story of how it should be and how it shouldn't be, and what it means about my life and what it means about me and my future and my past and my family and the me. When we're suffering, it is 100% thought being believed. And so when those bubbles popped, I wrote this. So here I am, life arising as this, awake. The arbitrary numbers on a clock that say 2:40 at this point. Parker is awake. She has symptoms. Pete is sound asleep. Typing is happening on a phone. A fan is blowing cool air. Life is lifing. Emotions are cycling through sadness, gratitude, worry, contentment, and now sadness again. And all is well. I wanted to share that because I think this is something that we miss. Thought is so compelling. The stories that go on in our minds are so compelling, like 3D movies in the best, most expensive movie theater, that we forget they're not true. They are stories told through the filter of a very limited human mind that cannot possibly see the big picture. I kind of imagine a human mind that sees this sliver of reality and interprets everything that happens based on this sliver. Meanwhile, it's missing all of this that the human eyes cannot see, everything human ears cannot hear, everything that is formless, everything that precedes the moment to moment soap bubbles arising of experience. When we suffer, it's such an incredible invitation, a portal, a wonderful opportunity to see where we have innocently placed our well being, our peace, our joy, our worth, our wholeness. And when we have placed those things, when we have placed a stake in the sand in anything world of form, and we suffer, but the suffering is the gift. It brings us home. It takes us out of thought back to reality, back to who we are before all the conditioning and the programming and the stories that run in our head that say how life should be and what life is and who we are. Come back to what is stable. Come back here where you are presence, awareness. You are life, aliveness. Be this space that precedes form. This amazing costume, this earth costume, this vehicle, is so great, but it is fleeting. It is transient. It is like a soap bubble. So when we go up into our heads and we try so hard to secure this, it is like working to secure a soap bubble. And thankfully, it will be exhausting until we finally give up trying to secure this. Experience will arise. You will have experiences of fear and experiences of insecurity, and experiences of anger, rage, sadness. Experience will move through this. It has to. It's part of the collective consciousness. It's like soap bubbles. Just let them move through. Feel them. But the minute you attribute an experience to something, to the story in your mind, I'm insecure because of that jobs report. I'm insecure because my husband just said blah, blah, blah. Well, you will suffer because now you're lost in story. One of the games I like to play just for fun is when you are having an experience, let's say insecurity, because that's been a big one. I've had lots of practice with that one lately. But when a bubble of insecurity is allowed to move through this space, see if you can play with having insecurity, like, oh, this is what insecurity feels like. This is insecurity. This is life arising as this insecurity. But without following the mind out to why you have it or what it means about you. If it doesn't mean anything, if it's not about you, then you don't need to solve it. The solving, the figuring out, the why and the how, those are the stories. And stories believed, that's suffering. And when we suffer, we're misperceiving reality. Come back to what is. An experience of insecurity is here. Insecurity. Full stop. Not because of something. It doesn't mean anything. It simply is. It's here. Feel it. Notice it. But any suffering you have, please consider letting it pull you back a little. Come back to formless. Come back to what precedes those transient bubbles of experience. What is stable? What never changes? You. Awareness. Observing, noticing, holding a space. Sometimes I like to think of it as we're like the movie screen, and we say any movie can play on us. We're just this amazing, expansive screen, and we say, yes, horror movie, come on, be played. Disney movie, romance, I'll take it. We say yes. Experience of fear, yes. Experience of insecurity, yes. Be the screen. Be the movie creator, not the movie. Don't get lost in the weeds of the characters in the movie. Take a step back and watch. Notice. Be who you are, this, stable, secure, and have every experience, but without getting lost in the story of it. All suffering is thoughts believed. And when you are suffering, you're misperceiving reality. Come back here and just watch. Feel it fully. It is incredibly safe. All emotions, sensations, experiences, you were designed to have them fully. They're safe. And life becomes so much lighter and freer because you're not spending any more energy trying to protect something that does not need your protecting and securing. That job's been taken. And you can relax and enjoy the ride. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks, guys.